Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Hmm, where do I start off first? Deacon and Sheila and their quote unquote epic love story. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a hot minute to try to get through that without laughing, but my okay. So my issue with this whole thing is, yes, he does propose to Sheila, but my thing is, bro, are you doing this because you're scared of being alone, or like, do you truly love this woman? Because you're sitting there saying that you love your daughter and the relationship with Brooke, but you're willing to sit there and just toss it aside because you don't want to be alone. And yeah, I get you have a thing for Sheila, but I feel like it's more of I'm tired of being alone. Like, part of me is just like, it's not so much that I don't even get the love that he has for her. But it's like, what do you plan on doing with your daughter at this point? Because you know that she's not going to be okay with this. I mean, hell, you're practically threatening to kick the woman out every single day that she was there. And the only thing that stopped you from doing that is because, well, let's be honest, you're thinking with the wrong head. I'm pretty sure there was love there, but let's just be real, okay? I mean, for the last time he kicked her out, and then he's just like, oh, let's sit there and treat her like a queen. Let's show her the world. Let's really sit there and just romance the hell out of her, and then we'll sit there and ask to marry her. And I'm just like, on what level does this make sense? Like, seriously. So you got that going on. You got Taylor that found out that Thomas and Hope, are sleeping together, they're being together and stuff like that. She freaks out. And at first I was like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, they're two consenting adults, like Rich said. It's not really anything that they can do. But given Thomas's history, given how he was so obsessed with her, that dark place, I understand it. I mean, hell, you know, Hope keeps it there saying to Thomas, hey, this is nothing but a booty call, right? Like, this is just like friends with benefits. We ain't trying to do no romance or anything like that. And Thomas like, yeah, no, I know, but I still love you. And she smiles and it's like, yeah, you just keep. It's like Hope is just like the ego machine right there, and Thomas just making sure he gives her that daily plenish of ego and other things I'm not going to sit there and say, but that daily amount of ego, right? Right? They're in the room making out and everything like that, and Taylor's like, oh, I didn't mean to sit there and catch you, I didn't mean to sit there and interrupt. I was like, damn well you did. They start talking, right? Hope leaves the room. Um, Now, Brooke was sent there saying something to Ridge as far as, I hope she doesn't go in there and blame my daughter. And it was like, really? Because let's be honest, Thomas was fine where he was. It was Hope that actually um pursued this relationship. So it's not like is out of pocket for sitting there blaming Hope for this whole thing because she literally did start it. Brooke, of course, is going to be Brooke, aka kind of like a Karen, and just there's no fault in Hope whatsoever. It's all Thomas's fault, which is complete and utter BS. Um, yeah, Taylor sits there and tries to get him realize, like, yo, listen, if she doesn't love you, if she doesn't feel the same way that you feel, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna sit there and go back to that dark place where you were just, all sorts of nuts. So, like, are you gonna be good? Um, are you gonna be good? Tom's like, no, listen, it'll hurt or whatever, but I'll be fine. I'll be good. No worries. I'm like, all right, broski. Guess we'll sit there and find out. Guess we'll sit there and find out. Now she was also kind of upset. She was also upset the fact that Bridge didn't sit there and tell her anything. And Brooke was like, "No, I get it. You just didn't want to sit there. You didn't want her to worry. You want to sit there and spare her feelings." I'm like, that's kind of just an excuse. You should have sat there and told her. Of course, before that, Taylor was not there doing her usual. Taylor, not her usual, but Taylor and Brooke and Rich just not there whining about what else. Finn, and how he needs to do something. He needs to stop fear. He needs to stop Sheila, and she's all like, "Oh, I can sit there and tell that he still has some feelings towards towards his mother and stuff like that." So I just hope that he just steps up or whatever words that she was not there using that once again makes zero sense. I'm like, boo, if you're so determined to sit there and get Sheila out of LA, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Why don't you sit there and you take out Sheila? You hog tie her, whatever you gotta sit there and do to the back of a truck, and you haul her ass out there. Otherwise, shut up. Okay? And that goes for all three of them. And anybody else that wants to sit there and come at fans over, you need to sit there and take care of Sheila. You need to sit. What is that even gonna do? What is that even going to do at that point? And my whole thing is like, let's just sit there and say, for the sake of argument, he does. He convinced her, I want no parts of you or anything like that. Okay. Well, I mean, Finn is not going to be with Steffi all the time. So at some point, they're going to wind up bumping into each other. She is a free woman, and her anxiety is she's not going to sit there and trust being like, let's sit there and say she stays away. Is she going to be able to trust that? Or is she always going to be sitting there looking over her shoulder? Unless you're going to convince her to move at that point. And even then, still, she's still alive. She could sit there and want to just come back at any point in time and didn't want it. So, to be honest, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. But this is where we are now. This is where we are now for some odd reason. So, I don't really know what else to sit there and say about that. I mean, it's just, uh, just double check my notes. Yep, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else, but you know what to do. If I forgot anything, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I talk about all the shows, YNR, Days, GH, and of course BNB. Also, if you're not a member, definitely hit the join button. Not even think about it, just definitely hit the join button. It's a lot of fun. I do exclusive videos for members only. I do just not just my personal takes on certain characters or whatever, but just stuff that's just going on in my life that I don't normally sit there and share with just my regular videos. I do monthly member shoutouts. That is once a month that I, just sit there and thank each and every single person for being a member. And of course, the members exclusive live streams only that I do weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, also at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And they're a lot of fun. So you definitely want to sit there and be a part of that. So with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.